Good morning, my dear students of class 7. How are you? Hope you all are well and stay your home now. So, boys, I am your Picon Miss, and today is Friday and the date is 21st August 2020. And today I shall start the third summative syllabus. And the chapter is chapter 9, that is a J.C.Bose, A Beautiful Mind. So boys, at first you open your book, chapter 9, and let's start our study now. Today we learn about the chapter 9, that is J.C.Bose, A Beautiful Mind. And this is a biography, not a story or paragraph. So at first we know what is biography. A biography, or simply bio, is a detailed description of a person's life. It involves more than just the basic facts like education, work, relationship, and death. It portrays a person's experience of these life events, works in diverse media, from literature to film, from the genre known as biography. So boys, I hope you all understood what is biography. So, in this lesson, we learn about the biography of Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose. So, Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose is one of the most prominent first Indian scientists who proved by experimentation that both animals and plants share such in common. He demonstrated that plants are also sensitive to heat, cold, light, noise, and various other external stimuli. Bose contrived a very sophisticated instrument called the crescograph, which could record and observe plants' minute responses to external stimulants. It was capable of magnifying the motion of plant tissues to about 10,000 times of their actual size, and in doing so, found many similarities between plants and other living organisms. And Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose was born in 1858 and he passed away in 1937. Today we start our lesson, that is J.C.Bose, A Beautiful Mind. It is our text. Historically, in 1895, India was under the British rule. So we all know that our India was independent in 1947. So 1895 was under the British rule. A different history was made that year at the town hall in Calcutta. An interesting demonstration was performed by Jagadish Chandra Bose, an assistant professor of Presidency College. Everyone was overawed when the electromagnetic waves travelled from the lecture hall to a third room about 75 meters away. These waves passed through 3 solid walls. This was a remarkable and path-breaking incident which paved the way for future research all over the world. So boys, here we get a new term, that is electromagnetic waves. And electromagnetic waves or EM waves are waves that are created as a result of vibration between an electric field and a magnetic field. In other words, EM waves are composed of oscillating magnetic and electric. He was born on 30th November 1858 at Bikrampur, now Munsiganj district of Bangladesh. Jagadish Chandra Bose was a man of diverse talents. Diverse talents means he was talents for various things, that is a physicist, biologist, botanist, as well as a writer of science fiction. So boys, at first we know what is a physicist. So a physicist is a scientist who specializes in the field of physics, which encompasses the interactions of matter and energy at all length and time scales in the physical universe. Next we know who is a biologist. So a biologist is a professional who has specialized knowledge in the field of biology, understanding the underlying mechanisms that govern the functioning of biological systems within fields such as health, technology, and the environment. Next, we know what is botanists. Botanists study various aspects of plants. For example, they may study their psychological, physiological process such as photosynthesis. At the molecular level, the evolutionary history and relationships of plants or their current relationships with their environments. And at last, we know what is science fiction. Science fiction is a genre of speculative fiction that typically deals with imaginative and futuristic concepts such as advanced science and technology, space exploration, time travel, parallel universes, and extraterrestrial. Next, we know about the early childhood life of Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose. His father, Bhagwan Chandra Bose, was the leader of the Brahmo Samaj. He worked as a deputy magistrate in Faridpur, Burdwan, and in other places. Jagadish Chandra's education started in a vernacular school because his father believed that one must know one's mother tongue before learning any other language. So at first we know what is Brahmo Samaj. Brahmo Samaj is the societal component of Brahmanism, which began as a monotheist reformist movement of the Hindu religion that appeared during the Bengal Renaissance. It is practiced today mainly as the Adi Dharma after its eclipse in Bengal, consequent to the exit of the Tattvabodhini Sabha from its ranks in 1839. And next we know about what is vernacular school. A national school by definition is one which is open to all ethnic groups, while vernacular schools are generally attended by one ethnic group. Many at that moment are considered national tribe eligible for government aid and not national schools. So besides, one should know one's own people. Speaking at the Bikrampur conference in 1915, Bose said, "At that time, sending children to English school was a privileged status symbol. In the vernacular school to which I was sent, the son of the Muslim attendant of my father sat on my right side and the son of fisherman sat on my left. They were my playmates. I listened spellbound to their stories, created in my mind a keen interest in investigating the workings of nature. When I returned home from school accompanied by my school fellows, my mother welcomed and fed all of us without discrimination. It was because of my childhood friendship with them that I could never feel that there were creatures who might be labeled low caste. I never realized that there existed a problem common to the two communities, Hindus and Muslims." So boys, you remember this point, that in that time, that Jagadish Chandra Bose time, there also be a problem, that is caste generation, that is low caste, high caste, and that is also a common problem is Hindus and Muslim. So this problem arises from that period. 1869, Bose joined Hare School. So this is the school life or the educational life of Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose. In 1869, Bose joined Hare School, and 6 years later he was admitted to St. Xavier's School in Calcutta. He passed the entrance examination and joined St. Xavier's College of Calcutta. It was here that he came in contact with Jesuit father Eugene Lafont, who played a significant role in developing his interest in natural science. Later, Bose went to England and secured admission in Christ College, Cambridge, to study natural science. In 1884, he received the Natural Science Tripos from the University of Cambridge and a BSc degree from the University of London. And next we know the professional life of Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose. The following year, Bose joined Presidency College as officiating professor of physics, but he was not provided facilities of research. He was also offered lower salary, that is, European colleagues. Bose had a remarkable sense of self-respect and national pride. Therefore, as a sign of protest, he continued his teaching assignment for 3 years without accepting his salary. Finally, the director of public instruction and the principal offered him a permanent teaching. After watching the video, you can go through the text once, and then if you have any problem, you can ask me.